Oh, what a furious morning! Oh, what a furious day! I've got a furious feeling. Theaters are dying today. Oh, it's looking grim. Wait till we get to the box office.
Oh no, I have an idea. If you're in the theater industry, check your stocks.
Welcome to Under the Bridge, everybody.
Welcome to Under the Bridge.
I'm Cody, aka the Scarlet Troll.
And I am Greg, aka Greg.
And this is our podcast where we talk news of the pop culture variety. Sometimes comic news, sometimes gaming news, pretty much always movie news, and also pretty much always a movie review.
Movie theaters find me money.
What money?
I don't know.
So make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you like the idea, or if you like previous episodes, or you could just do it cuz. We appreciate it.
Yeah, just cuz. Anything that gets you to do it, we will deeply appreciate.
I'm very desperate.
Yeah, I am moderately desperate.
So I pretty much just got movie news this week. I didn't really find anything for comics or gaming. I'm sure there's stuff going on, but I can only focus on so many tire fires at once.
For real.
I say that, but most of the news is actually pretty good, or at least not bad.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a nice change.
Right, case in point, we're getting another Knives Out!
Excellent.
It's called Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery.
Okay.
There was a 45-second teaser posted, which I didn't include on trailer time because it's basically just Daniel Craig narrating.
Oh, but that sounds like fun, though.
I'll read it out for you in the traditional Daniel Craig voice.
Oh, no.
In the beginning, the knives came out. Then, behold, the glass was shattered. But my most dangerous case yet is about to be revealed.
And that's
Hella
it?
berry, that's spicy.
Oh.
That wasn't part of the teaser, I just threw that in.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, I could see that. I mean, this was the man who, after coming up to a freshly committed arson, came up and was like, "What's the cheese?"
What's the cheese? God, I love Benoit Blanc.
Oh, so much. It's
I would watch 100 of these fucking things.
No, I very much enjoy Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc significantly more than I enjoyed him as 007.
You know what? Same. I'm glad he seems to be having fun with these.
Yeah.
Also, Rian Johnson confirmed that apparently it's going to have a 2025 release date.
Oh, okay.
So that's cool. Only have to wait so long. We're probably not getting it in theaters.
Probably not.
Which is frustrating as hell, Ted Sarandos.
I say, did Glass Onion do well being in Netflix jail?
Who knows? Netflix won't tell anyone.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. That's still super frustrating.
Rude.
Yes.
First and foremost, it's rude. So, with a title like Wake Up Dead Man, I wonder if maybe this is going to go a little horror, not supernatural, but a little like Haunting in Venice style.
Yeah. But you solved that case. There's no further questions.
Also, apparently that's a song by U2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, alrighty.
I don't know why I threw that in there, I just decided to.
I mean, considering how popular U2 is, well, abroad, but definitely within England itself, I can see that.
Anyways, I'm gonna move on to something else now.
Oh boy.
You ready for another weird Disney theme park attraction movie?
Oh god, let's see.
You'll never guess! It's not a ride!
What do you mean it's not a ride? It's a movie based on a ride though, right?
A theme park attraction, I never said a ride!
Oh, god damn it. Okay, what, is it a freaking movie about the Disney castle itself?
No, I wish. I said obscure.
Obscure.
I did say obscure, right?
You said it wasn't a ride. And you said it was an attraction. But I haven't been to Disney. Is it a movie about... No, Epcot is not obscure.
You know what? I might have misspoke. Did I say Disney World? It's Disneyland.
Oh, then I give up.
It's gonna be based around their private dining club, Club 33. I heard that! Know if you... Well done!
Okay, as I say, that was actually me hitting my forehead. That sounds so fucking stupid.
Apparently the story centers on a young aspiring detective who receives a mysterious invite to the highly secretive Club 33. In this case, it's a magical and exclusive dining club whose members are the greatest and most iconic figures from across history.
Oh my fucking god, I hate
When a murder
already.
is committed on the premises, the patrons look to the young detective to solve it.
I mean, I don't know, it better be like... What was the name of that April Fool's Sonic game where Sonic is murdered? Which is a game I still need to play, but I don't trust my computer to not crash if I try and run it.
The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, it's like, is it the murder of Mickey Mouse? That would be actually kind of entertaining.
That'd be kind of funny, yeah.
Yeah. Because my takeaway from this is that this isn't even a movie. This is really just going to be a long-form, 90-minute commercial about this secret dining hall or whatever that Disney has.
Yeah, who knows? Probably. This is why we make Cinema Synergy.
Yeah, for real.
I joke, and then I say they're not really out of ideas, and then things like this happen, and I go, but maybe they are?
Yeah. Someone will go, well, it's an original idea. You're not wrong. And we want original ideas, but that doesn't mean it's a good idea.
That's not where the money is.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I can't wait to see how this unfolds, or doesn't. Maybe they'll get partway through and write it off for taxes or something. I know that's more Warner Brothers' shtick. But they did it to Willow. Who's to say they won't do it again?
Yeah, pretty much.
Here's probably one of the closest things to bad news that we got.
Okay.
Adam Wingard, who directed the last 2 legendary MonsterVerse movies, is not coming back for the next one.
Huh. Alright, that's weird.
Well, it's not the weirdest thing in the world, because most of those movies were all directed by different people. Hell, I think Gareth Edwards did the first one.
Okay.
And then Kong Skull Island was directed by Jordan Vogt Roberts.
And then King of the Monsters was Michael Daugherty.
So yeah, Adam Wingard's the first one of them to have done 2. Apparently, the split is amicable and mostly stems from timing issues.
If he has another project that he's got to commit time to and interferes with that, then that does make sense at that point.
Yeah, no, I'm interested to see who else could bring some life into this. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really like the last 2 Godzilla movies. By which I mean the last 2 MonsterVerse movies. But I also like Godzilla Minus One. What I mean is, I like the last 2 that they did in this verse, but I'm not so attached to what's been done that I am like, no, it has to be him, he's the only one who gets it. Because they all get it, just in different ways.
Yeah.
Now, I will say I hope whoever picks this up continues to go absolutely batshit with it.
Yeah, no. Godzilla X Kong was a good time, so if they keep this formula of batshit craziness that's entertaining, along with the humans not being completely god-awful, then I am sold.
Right?
I am sold the entire way.
I got a Lanterns update.
Okay.
Gunn has confirmed on Instagram that the writing team for this... What?
No, it's just, I don't know why, but I just started laughing when you said Gunn has confirmed, because my brain auto-filled it with how a buddy of ours, when telling his Perry the Platypus joke, will go, Gunn!
Yeah, no. Shout out to our friend, who I'm not going to name just in case he doesn't want us to, but he's got this really great joke of, it's Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb going, Perry the Platypus, you're just in time to help me test my latest invention. Gun!
Only in this sense, instead of him holding like a pistol or whatever, it's him just holding James Gunn with his arms.
God, I love it.
Oh god.
So, according to James Gunn, the pilot script and the show Bible, he just said Bible, I presume he means show Bible, has been put together...
Show Bibble.
You question the words of the mighty Jimmy? Has been put together by Chris Mundy, Tom King, and Damon Lindelof.
Okay.
Now, Tom King is a comic writer who apparently has been working on this for a bit. And he's done some good stuff, and then also some really bad stuff, but...
Okay.
He did write Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which I like, and then he did Heroes in Crisis, which is hot garbage.
Oh, that's encouraging.
He also had a run on Batman where he was building up to Bruce and Selina getting married and then just took a heaving shit all over that. Because that's what fans love.
Yeah, fans love watching Batman get Peter Parkered.
Yeah! Now, Damon Lindelof is interesting because he was a writer and executive producer on the Watchmen series, as well as Lost.
Okay.
Which, I don't think I've ever seen a single episode of, but it cannot be denied, cultural phenomenon while it was happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Chris Mundy is also very interesting, because he was a executive producer as well as a writer on the show True Detective, which Gunn previously said was a direct inspiration for the Lantern series, because apparently it's going to be sort of a... I think he said grounded, like, cop drama thing, except they're space cops with, you know, Green Lantern powers.
Freeze, scumbags! It's the space cops! Sorry.
No, I like that.
That sounds interesting, though. That sounds like it would be a good time.
Yeah, Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this. I'm curious that it doesn't say Green Lanterns. So maybe one of them is rocking a different color.
Well, I know there's different colored lanterns, and they represent different things, right? Based on what their color is.
Yeah, green is willpower, red is rage, orange is greed, yellow is fear, indigo is compassion, blue is hope, violet is love. And then there's also an ultraviolet, and then there's black and white, which are life and death.
If violet is love, does that mean that the ultraviolet is yandere?
No, I forget what it is. I think it's, like, guilt, or it's something negative.
Okay.
It's like the opposite of the visible emotional spectrum or some stupid nonsense. I say stupid, I really like the run that it's in.
Yeah,
but
fair.
It is kind of weird and stupid. Just how I like it.
That's comic books for you.
It's Scott Snyder, the same man who made Dark Knight's Metal and Dark Knight's Death Metal. What do you expect? Batman has a kryptonite glove called Five-Finger Death Punch. How do you hate that?
Okay, begrudgingly, that is a good name.
Yeah. But it's interesting because as far as I know, I believe the show was said to be focused on Hal and John, and usually they're pretty much only associated with green, except when Hal went crazy.
Okay.
Because he was possessed by the fear entity Parallax, and that caused him to kill all the other Green Lanterns and take all their power rings, leading the Guardians to pick Kyle Rayner to try and stop him, and he did, or something of the such. Originally it was just Hal going full villain and calling himself Parallax, then they retconned it to being him possessed by a fear entity because people got really mad.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. No, they harassed the writers and editors for years.
Oh, come now.
Just remember, kids, bullying works. I'm kidding, that's not the takeaway there.
Yeah, or at the very least, while I won't exactly advocate for bullying, that is very much the wrong kind of bullying that you want to get results in.
Unless it's Spider-Man editorial, then bully them all you want.
Yes, please. Please just be like, look, man, did 2D Peter Parker actually fuck your wife? Because that's the vibe I'm getting from this.
I love it. And now, some Marvel news.
Oh boy.
The Vision series, like the Vision himself, is alive again.
Sure. Alright.
Per Variety, this has not been officially announced by Marvel itself, but executive producer of Star Trek Picard, Terry Matalas, is going to be the showrunner for a Vision series. Did I already say it was coming in 2026?
No.
Well, it is.
Okay. Somehow having a showrunner from a Star Trek series seems very fitting.
Yeah, doesn't it? Because remember, most of these Disney Plus series were eschewing the normal means of making television because Marvel thought they were better than that. And then it turns out, oh no, show Bibles exist for a reason, huh?
Yeah, for real. That's still so stupid to think about.
Oh, trying to make a TV show in post doesn't really work that well, does it?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Who would have thought? The entire industry for the last 100 years.
And now obviously, there are sometimes you need a shake-up. Sometimes you need to change the formula. But not always. Now, there was an earlier version of this series, believed to be called Vision Quest, that was in development by WandaVision creator Jack Schaefer. Apparently, Schaefer was focusing more on Agatha all along, though. So they're retooling.
Vision's Quest still sounds like the name of a failed Genesis game.
Or a hip-hop album.
Yeah, I could see that.
Either way, I'd be very happy to see more of Vision, since if it comes out in 2026, it'll have been, what? Oh, right, 5 years.
Jesus Christ.
Because they didn't even put him in Multiverse of Madness.
That's true. Yeah, ugh.
If I have one problem with that movie, it's that Wanda goes through the whole thing desperately trying to get her kids back, not a single thought for Vision.
Not a single word spoken about Vision.
Now, granted, that's probably meant to indicate how badly she's been corrupted by the Darkhold, but it still stings.
Yeah, just a tad.
Even when they literally slap some sense into her, it doesn't come up.
Right.
So yeah, that's interesting. We didn't really have any indication of what Marvel's doing in 2026 as Disney Plus series go. I'd assume, if they're scaling back to 2 series a year or so, if Daredevil and Ironheart remain the 2 releases in 2025, assuming they don't push Ironheart back again, that would tell me Wonder Man is probably also 2026. Since I think production wrapped on that one.
Okay.
But we'll see, I guess.
At this point, it's like all these projects and announcements are cool. The main thing I still care about is Blade. And if that movie's coming out before we die, because Mahershala Ali is quite literally not getting any younger.
No, he's not. The craziest thing to me is still, we know Wonder Man exists. We know he's been cast. We know Trevor Slattery's in the show. We know the show is wrapped filming. And Marvel still has not acknowledged it exists.
Yeah.
That's insane to me. There has been no official announcement that that show is coming out. And now, some last-minute additions I made, a couple little casting thingamajigs, one of which is casting we almost got, one of which is casting we are getting.
Okay.
Apparently, Rahul Kohli was in the running for Reed Richards before losing out to Pedro Pascal, and this is important to me because he was Ravi in iZombie.
Ha! I was just saying, oh, it's you!
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been great.
He would be a great Mr. Fantastic, and I never even thought about it until now.
No, because he's also entertainingly zany in iZombie too, so that would be perfect.
Yeah, now don't get me wrong, I'm happy with Pedro Pascal, but assuming that you do some kind of big universe-wide reboot and maybe you overhaul the Fantastic Four later, maybe,
Yeah, absolutely.
My voice got really high for that one.
Yes, it did. I heard it on this side, too.
He did say, yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but I didn't get it, is the important thing. But on good days, I see the Constantine. It will flare up once and again, and I love all of them. On good days, you're like, man, I'm wanted. People really want to see. You're the guy that people will shout out for anything.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. No, I'd love to see that, because he could nail that.
Oh, 100%.
I think I might like the idea of him in that more than John Krasinski.
Yeah.
Ooh. And now I'm a little disappointed. The more I think about it, the sadder I get. I'm gonna move along.
Right.
Giancarlo Esposito has not confirmed what he's doing, but he did drop another hint.
Oh boy.
At a recent convention appearance, he said, "The MCU has knocked on my door, and it's a role you won't predict. It will be teased, and there will be a series afterwards."
Is there a superpowered janitor in Marvel?
Superpowered janitor?
For some reason, my brain goes like, I could see him doing it as a joke, but it ended up being a very serious project.
No, I don't think that exists. So, that's interesting because I feel like most of the Disney Plus shows that we know about are coming out ahead of the movies they're connected to, or aren't obviously connected to anything that's coming out. Because case in point, Agatha All Along, not really connected to anything beyond WandaVision.
Right.
It might be setting up something for the future, but it sounds like he's doing a movie appearance first and then showing up in a series. Now, there is a rumor going around that maybe it's Doctor Doom.
Ooh. Oh, I feel like I would be very on board for that.
I'm on board, but it feels, weirdly, a little safe.
Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe he's Doom Herbie.
What is Doom Herbie?
So...
Is it Doom's personal Volkswagen Beetle?
No. The Fantastic Four have a little helper robot named Herbie, and I remember in the Matt Fraction FF series, where Ant-Man and some other people took over being the Fantastic Four, there was a Herbie who dressed up and pretended to be Doctor Doom. I mean, it was a little floating egg-shaped robot, so it wasn't fooling nobody.
Right, yeah.
But it was pretty funny, and also a little tasteless, because Doctor Doom killed Scott's daughter.
Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
This Herbie is pretty much floating up to Scott Lang to wake him up in the morning, dressed as his sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah, it's like, hey Scott, I killed your daughter.
Hey Scott, remember when your daughter died and you were sad? What an asshole Herbie is sometimes.
Yeah, that is both a dickish character and also very dickish from a writing perspective, too.
It really is. Yeah, I feel bad spiraling around these rumors, but we at least have the concrete information that he said we're not going to predict it. Which actually, you know what? He can't be Doctor Doom then.
No. Yeah.
That feels too obvious now.
Yeah, that would feel a little bit too open.
Count Nefaria.
I don't know who that is.
He copied a lot of Avengers' powers. I think he's Madame Mask's dad.
Ooh, you know what? Looking at this dude's character design, I can 100% see that.
Yeah. I almost said high evolutionary. Maybe he's another Kang.
Oh yeah, I was to say, maybe he ends up being the replacement for Kang.
Or at least a replacement for Kang. I still think if you can't have one person do it anymore, or rather the one person you got doing it all can't do it anymore, then why not get a bunch of people?
Yeah.
Really explore the different angles, really go wacky, because, like, we already know variants don't have to look like the same person. The Spider-Men don't, the Lokis don't. Kang's the most consistent looking one out of the fucking bunch. That's a little weird, honestly.
Yeah, just a tad.
Let's go to trailer time.
Trailer time.
It's trailer time again! We've got movie previews to watch! It's trailer time again! So there is a trailer I didn't put on this list, because it was another trailer for Harold and the Purple Crayon, and frankly, who cares?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, oh, what was it? It's like Harold and the Purple Crayon. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it pretty much gives away the plot of the movie now.
Oh, fun.
Or at least the source of the conflict, rather. Anyways, we got more important things to talk about, like Deadpool and Wolverine telling you to silence your phones.
That was weird.
I like that a lot.
I liked it, but it was weird, and it was also weird to me, too, that it was put in front as a Red Band trailer, as well.
Right, especially because they censored out all the swearing.
Yeah, a Red Band trailer right before, okay, cool. It's like, oh, it's Deadpool and Wolverine, and it's like, all the F-bombs and whatever are cut out. It's like, oh, this is stupid.
Hey, bub, you're in a movie theater, not that jerk-off room in your mom's nursing home.
Alright, that was a good line.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of testosterone.
Yeah, at least some of those lines had to have been ad-libbed.
I'm gonna go take his neck veins for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best part about it is that it opens with Deadpool going, you know, I heard in Secret Wars they're gonna introduce, and then they get interrupted by the phone ringing, and the reason I like that is because I think it'll be really funny if Secret Wars ends up not introducing a single character we haven't already seen before. And leading a bunch of internet man-babies to get mad because the fourth wall-breaking, never-serious jokester said so.
Right.
Including me. I'll be a little sad.
Oh, right.
No, as little not-quite trailers go, I found this to be pretty dang funny.
Yeah.
And also,
that was good.
Silence your fucking phones.
Please silence your phones. And just have decent decorum in your movie theaters while you're there. Seems to be a dying art for some
I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit. When we saw Furiosa, there was a guy asleep.
Yeah, for the entirety of the movie. It's like a 2.5 hour movie, and he was snoring the entire way. It's like, you paid, I don't know, assuming you don't have, the whole Regal subscription and all that.
Not an ad, unless you want to pay us.
Yeah. You paid $14 to take a nap.
And also,
like, what the...
How? My brother in Christ, this is a loud movie.
It's a loud movie with a lot of fucking explosions. What the fuck? And I think this dude came to, like, a couple times throughout, but he slept through most of this film, which is insane.
Yeah, it is.
We
also got another trailer for Longlegs, and I think, more confused than I was before.
I have no idea what the hell is going on here.
But Nicolas Cage is in it.
I mean, that is the draw. That is very much the draw for this.
Yeah, it is. Anyways, this confuses the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And really unnerves and unsettles me, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I was watching this, as like, I have no idea what's going on. This is very uncomfortable, and I'm pretty sure this is something that Cody really is going to want to see because of all that.
I do like being discomforted.
Is discomforted a word?
Pretty sure.
Oh, fair.
And then, I feel like that Longlegs section was actually much shorter than it feels like, because we veered off on a completely unrelated tangent. Not that we didn't for Deadpool either, but...
Mm-hmm.
We also got another trailer for Beetlejuice, and I am now 100% sold. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in as well. This looks like a good and very weird, uncomfortable time.
Especially, I was already intrigued by the schoolboy choir singing the Banana Boat song, but the whole premise of this seems wacky and bonkers, and now I regret that I've never seen Beetlejuice. And I would watch it immediately, but I'm pretty sure it's the runaway candidate for Cinema Synergy for that month. So...
Yeah, I would say so, because it comes out in, what, August, we said?
September.
September? Okay.
June-temberish.
Jesus Christ. June-temberish.
At some point between the two, it will come out.
Mm.
And also, that one point with the sand snake thing, that looked like a regular, like, Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas stop-motion effect. I shouldn't say Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas, because he did write it and he had a lot of involvement, but Henry Selick directed it, and we should never forget that.
Oh, 100%.
But it was a similar-looking effect.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy to see stop-motion instead of CGI. Or maybe it is CGI, but it's very convincing.
Yeah, fair. No. When I saw stop motion, it's just like the whole thing, like, ugh.
I ain't seen that in a minute. That's uncanny.
For real.
Also, Monica Bellucci's apparently in this. Which, cool. And Willem Dafoe!
Yeah, Willem Dafoe was a surprise.
And Beetlejuice might be creeping on Jenna Ortega, which...
Not cool.
On the one hand, I get it, it's Jenna Ortega, but on the other hand, no. Grab spray bottle, get down.
Yeah.
Don't you do it.
Yeah, don't you freaking dare.
Now, I'm very excited for this. This looks like it's gonna be wacky and zany, and yeah.
Right.
I'm excited to be excited for a Tim Burton movie again. I'm still upset about Dumbo, though.
I mean, I feel like from what we've talked about it, Dumbo is just one that will kind of be on the salt list for forever.
You had one job. You had one fucking job. And it was to make a really fucking trippy, freaky, creepy pink elephant sequence. And you couldn't even fucking do that.
Right.
Why did you even bother to get fucking Tim Burton if you weren't gonna do a good pink elephant scene? Fuck! That's the only part of the movie anybody remembers except the crows, which you cut out!
Yeah.
God damn it! Let's go to box office.
Let's do the box office.
The box office is not good.
The box office is very sad.
We did see the highest grossing movie this weekend. It was Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, but...
Damn.
$32 million estimated domestic total across the 4-day Memorial Day weekend.
Mm.
I assume that's how that counts.
I would assume so as well.
And a $64.8 million worldwide total against a $168 million budget.
Yeah, I just saw the budget. It's like, oh, fuck.
It just barely edged out over the Garfield movie, and it's all downhill from here as more summer blockbusters come out.
Mm-hmm. It's not a good summer for movies.
It's actually apparently the worst Memorial Day weekend in almost 3 decades.
That's amazing.
Not counting 2020, of course, because, well...
Yeah.
There was no Memorial Day movie theater weekend.
Yeah, indeed.
Still, this can be attributed to a lot of things. It's a prequel. Mm-hmm. Those don't generally sell as well, as I understand it. There's the fact that none of the main characters from Fury Road, or none of the main actors from Fury Road are back. Fury Road itself, as we discussed on our latest Cinema Synergy episode, which you can check out now... was not a particularly big box office juggernaut, and in fact might have actually lost money. So, That's a factor. It's also just, in general, audiences are conditioned to... There's not a sense of urgency to see these in the theater, because all they have to do is wait a few weeks, and then bam, it's on streaming.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the biggest factor hurting freshman releases currently.
And even I'm guilty of it! That's part of why I haven't seen The Fall Guy!
Right.
I mean, also because I've been busy and other things keep grabbing my attention, but also partly because I'm like, well, if I just wait, I can catch this... Yeah, I can catch this later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there's a lot of things at play here, but obviously that hasn't stopped the usual suspects from beating their chest going, oh, the female lead woke fatigue or whatever. Motherfucker, I thought it was superhero fatigue.
I don't know, I think for them it's just the incel fatigue at that point.
Haha.
That's a little mean in general. I mean, if for the ones who are saying women fatigue, probably not. But I don't want to necessarily throw all the people who have problems with the superhero movies under the incel banner, because that is unfair.
It's like, y'all dumbasses remember what the highest grossing movie last year was? It was Barbie!
It's Barbie.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about Furiosa, Mad Max Saga.
Indeed.
This is a prequel movie about Imperator Furiosa, before she was an Imperator, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Starring partly Anya Taylor-Joy. And chronicling her abduction from the plentiful green place, her time as a captor at the hands of Dementis, played by Chris Hemsworth, and then gradually coming into the service of Immortan Joe, played not by Hugh Keays-Byrne, who has unfortunately passed away, but Lakey Holm? I have no idea how to pronounce this.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it's pronounced either, unfortunately.
And I'm gonna say something potentially controversial right off the bat.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna try to temper it a little bit. by saying that I absolutely respect Fury Road's dedication to practical effects and the ambition of what it was going for in terms of being a whole movie that is functionally one big car chase.
Yes.
That being said, I'm probably more likely to watch Furiosa again, because I think that one clicked with me a little bit more.
I think that's fair. I definitely feel like, while they're both solid movies, Furiosa does a better job being a movie with a continuous story than Fury Road was.
I don't know about that, because it honestly feels like it's chopped up into a bunch of vignettes.
I mean, it literally is.
Yeah. So I don't know that I'd say it's better at telling one continuous story than Fury Road, because it objectively is not that.
Fair.
I don't feel like this is necessarily a better movie. This is just one that... It's the encapsulation of that, this is good, but I like this meme.
Yeah, and I think what's funny about that, too, is that after watching this and thinking on it, I am inclined to agree with that, too, because I like both movies quite a bit, but I definitely would say I like Furiosa a good bit more overall.
Yeah, and part of that's because Anya Taylor-Joy does a really good job. She's actually not in the movie as much as I was expecting. Quite a bit of the movie, early on, is carried by Alila Brown, who is also playing, presumably, Maria Robotnik in Sonic 3, where she's going to be extrajudicially assassinated by the government. Which I only say because that's a thing that actually happened in a Sonic game, look it up.
Yeah, it's like that is the thing with her character.
Her character exists to die so Shadow can go on a misanthropic revenge quest against humanity.
Her character dies so Shadow can murder.
Nice. So she does a very good job as younger Furiosa. And then, well, I guess Anya Taylor-Joy is also younger Furiosa, but she's more she's middle child Furiosa. But I feel like once Anya Taylor-Joy steps into the role, whole other ball game, because she's very good at radiating feral cat energy. You know what I mean?
A little bit, I think.
There's a bit where somebody approaches her in her sleep, and she springs up like she's about to stab them, and they're kind of gently but insistently making her lie back down, and she's still just staring at them. And that's the moment where I'm like, oh, yeah, that's the vibe I've been getting this whole time. Feral cat!
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is exactly what you need for this kind of character, I think. So she's great. I think this might be my favorite Chris Hemsworth role that I've seen. And I say that, and then I look at all the Chris Hemsworth movies I've seen, and I realize that despite the fact that I've seen a lot of movies with Chris Hemsworth in it, I haven't seen him in a lot of different roles, because, 66% of them are him playing Thor.
Yeah. No, I would absolutely say, without a doubt, that this is definitely my favorite thing I've seen Chris Hemsworth do. He is very clearly having the time of his life in this film.
He's having the time of his life, and he's delivering exactly what the movie needs, and the only reason it's in contention is because I haven't seen Bad Times at the El Royale in a bit, and I need to rewatch that if I'm gonna pass exact judgment on what my favorite Chris Hemsworth role is. But this is the most fun I've had watching Chris Hemsworth in ages. This
is Chris Hemsworth playing his regular jokey Thor, and it actually working very well, all things considered.
Because it's also got an undercurrent of sinister, but underneath all that, he's a pathetic, broken man who's abandoned all hope. Well, he says he's abandoned all hope, and yet he continues to chase it only to be disappointed when it never pans out. He is exactly the kind of sad motherfucker who would follow Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah.
He's the guy who insists that he's got a plan, and then it'll all fall apart and he will take no responsibility.
Yeah.
He's just sad and weird and pathetic, but also funny, and that's what keeps it so off-kilter. Questioning my bossarity. It also doesn't hurt that he's gone absolutely zany with the Australian accent.
Which he pulls, I mean, I don't want to say pulls out, because I'm pretty sure he is Australian. Yeah, he is Australian.
Yeah.
But in the very few interviews I've heard him do, he sounds nothing like the voice that he's doing playing Dementis.
No, apparently he said that his take on Dementis vocally is drawn from a carnival barker, his grandfather, and a seagull. Which, I don't know about his grandfather, but I can hear the carnival barker and I can hear the seagull.
I can hear the seagull. There is no hope!
Come on, come on, watch me rip a man's bloody fucking face off! So, I will say, like a lot of prequels, this does kind of fall into the whole explainium trap a little too hard. You know, that sort of, okay, the metric by which I will say a prequel has gone too far is always, for me, gonna be Solo, a Star Wars story. Because the bit where they have to explain how he got the name Han Solo is just, in one of my otherwise favorite Star Wars movies, one of the stupidest fucking things.
Yeah.
Just the fucking way they draw it out with him going, oh, I don't have anyone. It's just me. I see. Han Solo. Shut the fuck up!
Yeah.
You fucking asshole. You're not being clever. This is a series where a guy's got the last name Skywalker. You gotta explain fucking shit! Fuck you!
Just a tad.
That was unnecessarily vitriolic, and I apologize.
Now back to our regularly scheduled vitriol.
Yeah. The only problem with that one is it was off script. So, yeah, she gets kidnapped from the Green Place at a very young age. Her mother tries and fails to rescue her. She ends up in the company of Dementis and ends up getting kind of sort of traded to Immortan Joe.
Yeah.
At which point, eventually, after getting away from being part of the wives-to-be harem and worming her way into the mechanic program, she ends up becoming I forget what they're called, Praetorian, who's helping run supplies.
Yeah.
And, yeah, a lot ensues from that. Including some really sick action scenes.
Oh yeah, the action scenes are sick. There's still, while not as much crazy car stuff as Fury Road, there's still some good cars.
Because part of it's not as practical. Sorry, I just stomped all over you.
No, it's good. It's not as practical. It's also a thing that there's a bigger focus on bikes in this one. But all the vehicular craziness that does happen is just as good, if not a little bit better in some spots.
Bust out the Bobby Knocker!
Oh my god, that was horrifying.
That was really good.
It was very good, but also horrifying.
So no, I thought this is a really fun time. It's interesting to watch her journey develop. There are some things that I feel are a little clumsily inserted. Tom Burke's whole character as Praetorian Jack feels kinda superfluous. He feels like, yeah, she needed a mentor, and we absolutely can't have it be Immortan Joe or any of these other characters that we introduced in a previous Mad Max film, because they were all established to be such thoroughly horrible people that the audience will never be on board.
Yeah.
But he's still alright.
Yeah, he's still a good time in this.
There's a certain angle with his character that's played up a bit that doesn't feel like it needed to be, but, whatever.
Right.
I'm trying to think of anything else that's not a spoiler. This is a brutal movie at points, though, still.
Oh yeah, and this movie does the really cool and really fun thing of, the movie is brutal, it's extremely brutal in a lot of places, but it doesn't show you the brutality. It gives you more than enough details so when the brutality happens, your brain happily fills in the rest, and there's nothing you can do about it.
There's one death in particular that's made all the more eerie by the movie's refusal to focus on it at all.
Yeah.
We don't even get a reaction, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's not one of those, it's happening and we're forced to watch another character's reaction while they have to watch it happen. It just kind of unfolds. And then it's done.
Yeah, it unfolds, we see it, and then, well, we see it, air quotes, and then it's done all in the manner of, 5 seconds.
Yeah. That was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's mostly it.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else that's not a spoiler.
Yeah, I would say definitely go see this. This is a good time.
Yeah, go see this. It's a good movie, it's a good time. Do your part to, air quotes, save the movie industry. Or the theater industry, rather.
Yeah. Or at least get some of those guys, you know who they are, to shut the fuck up.
For real.
I mean, you don't have to, but it'd really be appreciated.
Right.
And if you don't want to get spoiled on Furiosa and Mad Max Saga, a good chunk of which is probably going to be me doing a really bad Chris Hemsworth impression, make sure to take away in 3, 2, 1. No, Jack's death was super brutal, but you don't even see it. Because he's killed by being dragged along behind a bike as it drives around in circles for hours, while Dementis sixes dogs on him to bite at him while he's trying to get his footing back.
Mm-hmm.
But it just, it cuts out to a wide shot, and then it pans up, and then it cuts to sunset, then pans back down, and it's basically been done.
Yeah, and the worst part about it is that the way he dies, it is very clearly a very long, slow, and painful death. And it's painful for Furiosa in a way, too, because she's literally strung up during this, and she can't do anything but watch.
By an arm that's already been crushed.
Yes, like an arm that's so brutally destroyed. That was a really brutal death. And what's interesting about that scene for me personally, I don't know if the movie was intending to do that, but it's something where it's like, in this brutality, I found it really funny. They get captured by Dementus, and Dementus is about to punish them. And Furiosa is trying to go for what I think is supposed to be a kiss with Jack. And then as Chris Hemsworth is monologuing, he just looks at them and goes, "No!" And just splits them up.
And all I could hear in that scene was, "No PDAs while I'm monologuing!"
Yeah.
He doesn't say that line, but it's the vibe I get. It's just,
yeah.
I'm in the middle of being intimidating! Stop making out!
For real.
What do you think this is, a movie theater? There's an interesting point when Dementus first gets a meeting with Immortan Joe, having taken over Gastown and threatening to blow it up, and he's trying to lie and say that Furiosa is his child, Little D. Mm-hmm. Little Dementus, obviously.
Right.
But Immortan points out she barely looks like him, other than their hair is both dyed red, and he goes, "Ah, yes, she has a mother's perfections and none of my deficiencies."
Which is a really good line and oddly sweet.
Yeah, except for the fact that he's lying through his teeth because he killed Furiosa's mom. Crucified her, in fact.
Yeah, indeed.
The Jesus symbolism is strong with this one.
Yeah, for real.
No, I think it adds to Chris Hemsworth's character that he's a man who lost his own kids, and you can feel in how he treats Furiosa early on that he's partly trying to recapture that bond.
Yeah.
Because he thinks that picking up another kid will somehow make him feel more complete. But it wouldn't have anyway, but especially because she refuses to really engage with him, because of course, he killed her mom.
Yeah. It's... Dor killed me mom.
Dementus killed me mom! It doesn't pan out.
No, it does not.
Which is kind of how Dementus just operates. He just does stuff, it doesn't pan out, he throws a fit.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was never gonna work.
Yeah.
That scene where Furiosa snuck onto one of the war rigs for a supply run, and then they get attacked by people who broke off from Dementus' group because he's an incompetent fucking boob.
Alright there, Miranda Cosgrove.
With no nipples.
With... Oh.
Oh god, that was uncomfortable and I made myself...
That was bad.
I just made myself shiver a little bit. That was...
Oh. No, it's so bad.
At least he had a good time. Ugh. So, when that scene happens and you've got parasailing fucking raiders attached to bicycles, and then one on a flying motorbike that's got a fucking octopus kite sail trailing behind it.
You know what? It's one of those things like when those whole flying parasails happen, it's a thing that I never thought about within the Mad Max movies, but it makes a lot of sense. Wait, there's not a lot of air vehicles in these movies, and it's like you see them all get shut down, honestly, pretty quickly with a relative lack of effort. It's like, huh! Alright, yeah, that makes sense.
Because you gotta imagine, there's already a lot of upkeep that's gotta go into the land vehicles. Doing that for an aerial vehicle? Probably not worth it.
Yeah, definitely not.
You have about you a purposeful savagery. I forget who said that. I feel like it was Jack?
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I think so, actually, now I think about it.
No, wait, maybe it was... I think it was him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was something that he said. Just during the whole War Rig event when... I think it was when she forces him... When he drops her out of the War Rig and then turns back and it's like, hey, what are you doing?
Oh, here's a fun little thing. When Dementus first lays siege to the Citadel, or tries to, and then fails miserably, like everything he does...
Yes.
And he says, Mr. Norton really hates big shots. Apparently, Mr. Norton is played by Elsa Pataki, who is Chris Hemsworth's wife.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. She was also the wolf lady who Thor made out with in Love and Thunder.
I was gonna say, isn't it a thing of Chris Hemsworth's wife has a knack for showing up in a decent number of the movies that he does?
I think they used her as a stand-in for the kiss in Thor the Dark World.
Okay.
So that's interesting. Tears of Sorrow are Zestia.
Oh, that's right. She plays Elena in the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Who's that again?
Well, she first shows up in Fast and Furious 6. Oh, no, Fast 5, sorry.
Is that Dawn's baby mama?
It's Dom's baby mama, yes.
Oh, the one who Cypher killed, and then I walked out of the theater.
God, that was so good.
I'm glad you had fun.
Not the murder.
That makes it one of
not
us.
Not the murder. The murder was not good. The murder was very... What do you mean she was on snakes on a plane?
Nice.
Oh, Jesus.
And I feel like the ending of Furiosa hunting Dementus down after the 40-day war is something else, too. Because she is fucking pursuit predator on this one.
Yeah. The whole bit at the end with Dementus talking about how they're one and the same and how what she wants he literally cannot at all give her is just... It's such a good scene, and it's so frustrating because he's completely right.
Yeah, because it's like, great, no matter what she does, this is not going to be satisfying. Until it is.
Yeah, well, her whole thing, and he very much hits the nail on the head, is that she wants him to regret what he's done and being sorry for taking her mom from her, and just all of the damage and destruction and death he's caused. And he's like, I can't give you that. I literally feel nothing. Because he's established, he's like, I've lost everything I care about. I lost my daughters. I have lost all hope. I have nothing. And also the thing of, like, his head is so far up his ass that even when things don't go his way, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
So he straight up says, I can't give you what you want because I don't feel anything from all the bad shit I've caused. Oof. Ooh, that sucks.
But probably my favorite parts of the whole thing are he thinks he's lost her in a sandstorm and he decided to hole up under with a tarp over his bike and get some sleep. Wakes up, goes to drink some water, his water skin's been cut.
Right.
Pulls the tarp off, the tire's been stolen off his bike.
Yes.
His guns are empty. Fucking, she starts chasing him down with the car she's taken from one of Immortan Joe's kids to go chase after him. And she's going just slow enough where he can't keep away, but she's slowly catching up to him. And then she stops, and as he walks closer to the car, she backs away. At which point I wrote down one of your favorite words, churlish.
Yeah.
The very definition of churlish.
Indeed. It's just like, okay, this is just fucking mean.
And the other great moment is him talking about the absence of hope, trying to go for a knife that's, I think it was either on her boot or near her foot, and then she just effortlessly stops him and he goes, that wasn't hope, that was instinct. Phenomenal.
Indeed.
And I won't give away his ultimate fate besides saying, and also...
Yeah.
Nice, some bitch had it coming.
Yeah, for real.
He's like Scar, if Scar was a human biker.
Yeah, honestly.
Takes over Gastown, literally runs it into the ground, doesn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Then does the same thing with the Bullet Farm. No, I had a real fun time with this.
Yeah, this movie was excellent.
The Furiosa Jack romance didn't necessarily need to happen.
I mean, it did need to happen, but they also spent so little time even really developing and putting major attention on that romance that I didn't feel anything from it. As, again, when the whole thing of, like... Because it's like, I don't think it's super confirmed, but it looked like she was going for a kiss at the end. And Chris Hemsworth was just like, no, fuck you. It's like...
No!
I think that sums up the entirety of that relationship.
Yeah. Never gonna happen, because we never see him.
Right.
No, I definitely recommend this movie.
Same, 100.
You got anything else?
Not particularly.
Cool. So thanks for watching, watching, listening, whatever you want to call it. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. Make sure to share the video around. I already did the like, comment, subscribe plug. Yeah, I did the like, comment, subscribe plug.
Yes.
Next week, we do not have a lot of options, weirdly.
Oh boy.
It's either Ezra, which is a, I guess, dramedy about a stand-up comedian dad doing a cross-country trip with his autistic son who he's trying to co-parent with his ex-wife.
Right.
Or we have an anime movie, because Haikyuu the Dumpster Battle is coming to American theaters.
What the fuck is that? Hold on.
Apparently Haikyuu is a volleyball anime.
I have to look this up. I'm sorry. We're doing this live.
Yeah.
Oh, Oh, well, apparently I missed... Oh, okay. I don't know.
I feel like I'd rather watch this than Ezra.
Yeah, probably.
So I guess we'll just have to see.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless of what we check out next week, this has been Under the Bridge with Cody, aka the Scarlet Troll.
And with Greg, aka Greg.
And we'll catch you guys next week.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye!